Hi, it's Biker Week, 13th of October 2022. Alright, so I gotta say something about this. I'm looking around on purpose. Yeah, and I've been in quite a few of the condos now. So where I am at right now is called Daytona Beach Golf Club, Golf Course Country Club condominiums. A corner of Florida State Route 400 and US 1, basically. We're below sea level here, alright? So how do you deal with floods? And yeah, across the board, they're all wondering, like, what the many people have been in my condo here, and I'm out of here anyway. I mean, like, I don't even care. Like, why would I even care, really? Just, you can see the public records. It's been sold earlier in the year. I've got, this is just smaller unit. I'm going to a bigger place, and anyway. So, what do I have invested in this? What I have invested, I'm not gonna let this, hurricane thing. I love hurricanes. I love tornadoes. I love sun. I love, quiet, calm winds. Now, across the board, I just have fun with just weather in general, whatever it is. But here we're dealing with a flood. How do you deal with a flood? And how, why is my unit? You really gotta sniff around to find anything that smells mildewy. Here we are, technically 2 weeks, because it's the 13th, and it came through the 29th. It was finished passing through probably around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe you can make a point that it was 2 or even noon, but here we are. All right. Why is mine? In reality, is I understand that it's doing so much better. First of all, you're powerless to this. I've seen people, trying to put up barriers and tarps and things to keep the water out. Ain't gonna happen. You can deal. I mean, everywhere in Daytona Beach, you're just seeing entire houses. I've heard that people had as much as 5 feet of rain or 5 feet of water in their homes. Homes just pretty much wiped out. Studs soaking wet, not just the drywall. Drywall just soaks it up. But what did I do? What did I do so differently than everybody else? And I'm gonna get to this, but literally, I'm just pulls out of my pocket here. This thing's so small. I'll get to this in a second, okay? But here's just a plug right here. It just plugs into a wall. You can go to a hotel, anywhere you want, but you can put it in like a little carry-on bag. That's what I do when I get on an airplane. I just do a carry-on bag, and now I'm gonna do a carry-on. I just bring my backpack, and it's my one personal item, and that's it. I ain't paying for a carry-on. I'm not gonna go wait in line and check my luggage in, But yeah, it's bike week, y'all. Today's the third. I can just hear. I heard it pretty much all day yesterday. You just constantly hear the bikes roaring by, and then of course a little bit on Tuesday. Today's that Thursday. So you're not. I've got one dude's got probably a foot high flood step. My flood step. I'll show it to you. That's probably 6 inches, and it has prevented quite a bit of water from coming through. Maybe we're talking like the 1 to 3 inches kind of water, but you're dealing with the biggest hurricane that this area's ever experienced. At least on record, more than 100 years, probably 150 years that we've been tracking stuff. Hurricane Ian, and I had some severe smells of mold, mildew for the first 2-3 days. If you walk through it now, you probably wouldn't even know that I had a flood, but it has severely damaged the baseboards and 2 to 6 inches above the drywall. no more than really 2 inches, inch and a half at that, really. Because it's a little bit mushy. You know what I'm talking about. People deal with floods, they're just quitting everything. You don't need to throw away your couch, your beds. I mean, really, you don't. I mean, it's salvageable, but what it comes down to is this. So we had a flood in November of last year here as well. The reason I was so specific about where this condo is because you can see at public records that it was sold. What do I have invested in it, you know? Obviously, I've said that I'm not going to be here. I had the phone call literally that 28th, Wednesday, to go to my one of the places where I'm on a list. I just wasn't good enough. It was good. It's still like as much luxury as I have here. You know, the swimming pool is right outside my door. I'm on a golf course. Aldi and we've got nobody plays shuffleboard, but the views. People talk about the $1 million views they call from the second floor of the golf course. It's beautiful. But yeah, the whole point is that another other thing is too that we're below sea level because the golf course is above us, but even higher is US 1. So Daytona Beach is about 5 to 10 feet above sea level. So where I am right now is, like I said, probably just a foot or two below sea level. So you're going to have flooding. The last flood they had here was 2004, I guess, Hurricane Charlie. And then the one that was just we had total weird stuff. 2021, November. I got it on Facebook Live. I got pictures, videos of it. It was great. It was amazing. Probably 4 inches of water, but I had about a foot 2 weeks ago. And they used pumps to get everything out of here. Eventually, the water subsided. So what do you do? What do you fucking do? You're powerless over this thing. You gotta remember that. But what did I? I'm sure there's many different ways to do this. What did I do? As a woman, the reason I mentioned November so much of last year is because a woman came by. She's trying to solicit people for business, and then one of the directors chased her out right when she was at my door. And when she was at near my door, she yells to the director, "I'm just trying to tell him what to do, give him free information." She said, "Sir," and she didn't want to tell me this because she wants to make money, right? She wants her dollars. So she says, "Just turn up your like a dryer in the after you dry your clothes, turn it way up. You don't use an air conditioner to dry your clothes, right? No, just put your heater way up. That's what you do." That's what I did last year, and it worked. So I put it 85 or something, I think. But this time I did it 82, and then just 2 days ago, maybe yesterday I did it at 84 for maybe 2 hours. I don't know if I even got to 84. It's not how outside anyway. But yeah, it really just soaks it up. It absorbs the moisture somehow. You got to get the water out first of all. Sump pumps, they got everything out of here quick. The water did sit for about 8 hours. Literally, I slept through some of it, but we're talking about literally 8 hours of water in here. Not good, and that will damage permanently everything for most people. But I'm telling you what to do to salvage it and have it like new. So what I just showed you is an ozone generator, and this thing is, you're talking like $50. All right, you can't use this though in a humid environment. Moisture will not let it go. So you got to get the water out. Dehumidifier and the dehumidifier is pretty much essential, but you can cheat a little bit with the heat. That's what I've been doing. I went back and forth with shooting it up to 82 degrees with the heat and then down to 73 just to play around with it. That's what I did. Okay, that's how I did it. People are wondering, well, what the hell? It is. I can smell the difference outside of people's. I can smell it right now. It's still coming down from. There's a breezeway to my right, just to the south of where I am, and I got a little. My God, it's just everywhere, man. You can smell it up and down the streets. Oh my God, it's wow. So yeah, once you get the humidity out of there to the point whereby you're not getting really more than 2 inches of water in a dehumidifier, then you can bring in the ozone generators in. And I suppose there's other things that can work too, but really there's nothing better that works. Is ozone generator. Ozone is O3. It's an extra atom of oxygen. It does not work in oxygen, okay? It's like an enemy. So it needs, in order for it to like continue, it's whatever would be considered life for it. It's got to grab onto something, and it grabs onto bacteria. So yeah, if you want to be kind of like corona stuff, it grabs onto it. It's like a parasite for it, as well as mold. Anything and that's what's causing the odor. As I can't like explain enough on video or on Twitter, Facebook, what something smells like. I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, the ozone works, man. I mean, it just grabs onto it and it just kills it. This one's like I said, you can take it with you, travel with it, just plug it right in. And the cool thing about this thing is that you take a vacuum, you vacuum that, and then you take a Q-tip after you vacuumed, and then you just kind of swab this with like a alcohol, whatever, or hydrogen peroxide. Just kind of like clean that out, and then it's 100%. This thing is absolutely amazing. It covers up to 350 square feet, y'all. So that's what I've done. I'm telling my home share, but you can get bigger ozone generators. You can get bigger dehumidifiers. Get all the fans you want. Ozone will not work, though. I can't emphasize enough. If it's humid, any kind of moisture, something just doesn't work with that. It just doesn't. But yeah, I mean, I've got another ozone generator for the whole. It goes up to 850 square feet for a whole unit, which could be considered a little bit excessive, but for here, I mean, that's about what we are anyway. So that's how I did it. You're powerless, dude, because people try to fight this stuff. Just let it be and work with it. You're gonna, and your guests are gonna appreciate it so much more when you can smell it. Just like the ozone, it does have a smell. It's like it just rained. That's how it smells. So that's accidental free advertisement for ozone generators and all that in this company. The cool thing about this one is just so I just pull it out of my pocket. The bigger ones you're looking at $200 to $800, $900. So that's the biggest thing we're talking about right now. I think is the smell of the cities. It's like everywhere you go, your cars, windows up, it's down. Doesn't matter. It's even like from the condos, because the high rises on the beach. It's coming out from the first floors. Even on the beach, you can smell it. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and post this up on my YouTube channel. Go enjoy the sound of thunder of all the bikes for Bike Week. It's funny how they're still gonna do it. Like, what's up? Because there's not a whole lot of beach left right now. So probably, I don't think a whole year it'll take for it to come back. But it's a big beach. I mean, I've seen it on the smaller islands in the Caribbean. It takes sometimes a few days for it to come back. The erosion, just wow.